whenever we are doing logical shift, it is nothing but we are multiplying the content of RM register. So one example I've shown is that if we move 4 times, it means we are multiplying 2 to the power of 4 into the register content. Okay. What here I'm doing? So I'm multiplying the register content R5 with 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. So we are multiplying the content of R5 into 4. So similarly, if we do a right shift, it is nothing but we are dividing. Okay. So now we'll talk about arithmetic instructions. I think you used some of the arithmetic instructions. So the first one is ADC. So ADC is nothing but we are doing the addition along with the carry. So we are adding the two operands along with the carry bit. So that's what mean by ADC. And add. So this is add along with the carry. Okay, ADC. So we can add two 32-bit values and along with the carry bit. Now the next one is add instruction. Again, it takes two operands Rn and Rm. So here end indicates, so after whatever the data we get after the barrel shift operation, so that n indicates that one. So we are doing addition of two resistors. And this one RSP. So RSP stands for reverse subtraction of 232-bit values. So normally when we do subtraction operation, so first operand minus second operand. But when we are doing a reverse subtract, it means that second operand minus the first operand. So that's why it is called as reverse subtract. So again, it takes 32-bit values. So RSC, so here we are including a reverse subtraction along with the carry. So here we are doing subtraction, so that's why the carry bit is negative. So here you can see there is a not operation. So whatever the carry bit is there, we are negating it and then subtracting to the operands. And SBC is the subtract with the carry. You can see here the difference, reverse subtract and normal subtract. So here the second operand minus first operand, but when we are talking about subtract, it is first operand minus second operand. So since it is a SBC, so subtract with the carry. So we are including the carry. So before including the carry bit, we are negating the content. Okay, so that's what SBC stands for. And subtraction, it is normal subtraction, that is Rn minus first operand minus second operand. Okay, so we'll see with respect to an example. Yeah, so you can see here whenever we are doing add, simple add R2 plus R3, and the result is stored in the R1 register. ADC, so R2 plus R3 plus the carry bit, so the result is placed in the R1. Similarly, subtraction, so R2 minus R3, so result is stored in the R1. So there is no U here, only SBC. So SBC, what we are doing, so content of R2 minus content of R3 and negating the value of carry bit. So this we are doing, and it is subtraction. Okay, it is subtraction. Yeah, here you can see is Rn minus N minus carry bit. I think in this figure it is wrong. Okay, RSP is a reverse subtraction. So what we are doing, the content of second operand, that is R3. So R3 minus R2. Okay. Similarly, reverse subtraction with a carry. So we are doing, it is minus. Okay, minus and content of we are negating the carry bit and we are subtracting. So we'll see with an example. So here we are shifting LSL 2, so it is nothing but multiplication of 2 to the power of 2. So you can see the result. R7 value, that is 20. Okay. So now we'll see arithmetic instruction. So what I'm doing, I'm moving 8 to register R2 and 2 to register R3. So if we are multiplying, if we are adding, so you can see the R1. So R1 is value is this one. So if we add content of R2 and R3, so it should be 10, right? So yeah, so you can see here the content of R1 is updated to 10. So next we are adding with the carry. So before that, check what is the content of carry bit. So carry bit is 0. Okay, so the result will remain same. So it should be 10. Yes, it is 10. Now we'll subtract. So subtract, so R2 minus R3. So R2 is 8 and R3 is 2. So the value should be 6. Yeah, it is 6. Again, subtraction R1 comma R2 comma R3. So here we are including carry. So carry bit is 0. So the value remains same. The value should be fine. Huh? The content of R2 is 8 and R3 is 2. So 8 minus 2 is 6. So carry, yeah, carry we are negating, correct? Yeah, we are negating the carry. We got why it is 6. Yeah, we are negating the carry. So carry bit was 0. So we are negating, so it becomes 1. So that's why result is 5. Fine, any doubt? Any doubt?
No, sir.
No,
Okay,
sir.
so that's why it is 5. Okay. Next, RSB. So what is RSB? RSB stands for reverse subtraction. So the content of second operand, that is R3 minus R2. So content of R3 is, so it is 2. 2 minus 8 is, 2 minus 8 is minus 6. Okay. So that is the result. Yeah. So 2 minus 8 is minus 6. So minus 6, how we can represent in hexadecimal? So you can see here, so how we can represent? Wait, we'll take with an example. So what we have 6, right? So minus 6. So minus 6, how to convert into hexadecimal? So minus 6, you take the absolute value of negative number, it is 6, right? So how we can represent 6 in a hexadecimal? Sorry, in a binary. So it is 0, 1, 1, 0. Correct? No, 4 plus 2, 6. Okay. So since we are talking about 32-bit, so you can include 32 0 means 4 bits these values. So remaining bits as 0 0. Okay. So and then negate the value. Okay. Negate. So if I negate value, so if I negate, so value becomes 1 0 0 1. So for this, we are adding plus 1. Okay. So what we will get? We are adding 0 0 0 1. Okay. So what we'll get? So we'll get 0 1 0 0 1. Correct. So all others will remain same. So if so earlier all were 0, after negating all becomes 1. Right. So 32 minus 4, it is 28 bits, all becomes 1. Right. So only these bits will change. So what is the value now? 8 plus 2. Right. So it is 10. So this indicates these are F. So you can take 4 bits and make it as the hexadecimal value. So it since all are 1, so all becomes F F F. All become F, right? So F F F. So how many bits? So 7 bits. So each hexadecimal value indicates 4 bits, right? So it is a 16. So 16 is the hexa means maximum value it can go is 16. So 16 can be represented in 4 bits. So that's why. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10 indicates 0. So we have this value. So this is how we need to convert the negative values to hexadecimal. Fine. You got any doubt? So how to see if there is a negative decimal value, how you need to convert to hexadecimal. So whatever the value is there, you take the absolute value. So remove this negative. So absolute value will become 6, right? So 6 you convert into binary. So after converting, it will become like this. Then negate the values. So since I'm not taking other bits because it is the 0. So that's why. So you negate the values, and after that negating, you add 1. So whatever the result will be there, so that will be your hexadecimal value. Fine. Any doubt here? So you can see here the result is 7 Fs followed by 8. Any doubt? Can you convert -2? What will be the answer? -2. Can anyone answer? -2, how we can represent in hexadecimal? What is the value? Are you doing? Anyone answer? How we can represent -2 in the hexadecimal? take the absolute value, convert to binary, negate, add 1, and then convert to hexadecimal. So that will be your hexadecimal value. What is the answer? Diksha, you're doing?
Yes, sir.
So minus 2, how you can do? So take absolute value, so it is 2. Okay. Minus 2. So how you can represent in a binary? So 0, 0, 1, 0. So now negate. So negating it will be 0, 0. Add 1 to it, 0, 0, 1. So it will be, so 1 comma 1, 1, 1 is 0. Carry. So we will get 1 here, again 1 here, again 1. Okay. So what is this? So what is the value here? 8, 8 plus 4, 12, 12 plus 2, 14. So 14,
14.
yeah, 14 means what?
A.
D. D, no, it is D. N is A. Okay. 10 means it is A. 11 means B. 12 means C. And 13 means D. 14 means A, B, E, E means F. Okay. So value will be 14. 14 means E. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So let's see. Yeah, you can see the value is E, right? So all 7 will be F and 1 bit will be E. So this is how you need to convert negative number to hexadecimal. Okay. So that is RSB. Okay. And another one is reverse subtraction along with the carry. So whenever we are doing a subtraction, so the carry bit should be negated. Okay. So what is the operation here? So R3 minus R2 minus negation of carry bit. So that is the result here. Okay. So these are the arithmetic instructions. I think you have used subtraction, and you are done, and addition also you done on this. Okay, so this, yeah. Okay, so the next instruction is whatever the uh, arithmetic instructions are there. So you can use barrel shift operations along with the arithmetic instructions. You can see here what we are doing here. So so we are using we are pre-processing the operand 2 with a barrel shifter. So what we are doing? So we are shifting the content of R1 with 1 bit. We are shifting position by 1 bit. Okay. So the result we are adding to 0, R0. So you can see here, this is the value. So in the R0 we have a 0 value, and R1, so it is 5. So we are shifting by 1, and after adding, this is the result. So let's see this. So I have initialized, this is a hexadecimal value. So I have initialized R0 with 0 and R1 with 5, and we are shifting the content of R1 by 1, and then we are adding with the same R1 value. And let's see what is the value here. So we are moving R0 with a 0, 5, R1 with a 5, and then we are doing, first we are shifting by 1, and then we are adding to the R1 content of R1, and result is stored in the R0. Yeah, you can see here. So result is 15. Okay, so this is how we can use the barrel shift operations along with the arithmetic instruction. And next instructions are logical instructions. So we already know these logical instructions. So AND, OR, exclusive OR, and logical bit clear. So these are the instructions supported by the ARM. So AND is nothing but it is bitwise AND operation. Okay. So what is the AND operation? You know, right? Truth table. What is AND?
Multiplication.
No, if like and see, if 2 bits are 1, what will be the value? And in AND truth table, you know, right?
Sir, yes, sir.
So 0, say 0, 0. So what will be the AND operation here?
0. The result will be 0.
Result will be 0, 0, 0, and 1. What will be the AND? What is the result? It is
0.
0. So 1, 0 also it is 0, and 1, 1 it is.
1.
So this is, yeah. So this will be 0 and this will be 1. So this is and for OR operation. So if it is 0, 0, answer will be 0. If it is 0, 1, answer will be 1. If it is 1, 0, the answer will be 1. And if it is 1, 1, so answer will be 1. So this is OR operation and exclusive, and third one is logical exclusive OR. Okay, so what is this? So if it is 0, 0, answer will be 0. So if it is 0 1, answer will be 1, 1 0, answer will be 1. So if it is 1 1, if both bits are same, the answer will be 0. So that is the exclusive OR. And the another instruction is logical bit clear. So what is the result here? So the content of first operand, we are doing AND operation of the second operand. So before doing AND, we are negating the content of the second operand. Okay, so that is the logical bit clear. Okay, so first we are negating the uh, content and then doing the uh, AND operation. So you can see here the results we are not putting to any other in this. With this logical instruction, we are not putting any results. Only thing is, after doing this, so the flag bits will be updated. So based on this flag bit, we can execute some instruction using branch instruction or conditional execution instructions. So here just we are updating the flag bits. We are not storing the result. Okay, so that's the reason only we can use this for updating flags. Okay, so here is an example. So I have taken R2 as 8, R3 as 2, and I'm doing the operations. So moving, so and so based on this value, so based on this value, so we are updating the flag value. Okay, so these are the logical bit instructions. And next is comparison instructions. Okay, so these also will, sorry, this we are storing into a value RD. So register we are storing. So here the contents of flag bits are updated. We are not storing any result. So that's the reason you can see here only two registers are used. We are not storing the result. Here we are storing the result. So RD is there. Here we are not storing the result. Based on the value result, the flags in the CPSR registers are updated. So we can use 4 instructions, comparison instruction. One is CMN. So what we are doing the addition. So content of Rn is added to the N, and based on the result, so the flag values are updated. And another one is compare. So when we do compare, so content of register Rn is subtracted with the second operand, and the result is like we are updating the flag values. And TEQ, so it is exclusive OR of Rn at second operand. And TST, so this is a test bit, that is AND operation. So Rn and we are the first operand, we are doing AND operand to the second operand. So these are the comparison instructions. So this is how we can use. So I have taken 2 and 2. So, and I'm updating the value. So you can see here. So we are doing comparison. So R2 minus R3 we are doing. So if I do that, so both are 2. So since both are 2, so it will become 0. So that's why Z flag is updated, and also carry bit is updated. And next, if I do the CMN is like we are adding R2 comma R3. So both the content will be added, and result is updated in the carry bit flags. So both it is not equal to 0. So that's why it is 0. So next is uh, TST. TST is nothing but exclusive OR, right? And next one is TST. Sorry, TST is AND operation, RN and N. So TEQ is exclusive OR. So it is 0. So that's why flag is updated. So these are the instructions we have in the ARM. So what we have studied? So we have studied arithmetic instructions, okay, and arithmetic instruction along with the barrel shift operation. Okay, and next is logical instructions and comparison instructions. So in the next class, we'll study the multiplication instruction and branch instruction. So we'll see this in the next class.